Last night, I gave into my sexual frustration. It has been a struggle ever since I've decided to wait until marriage, be celibate, honor God with my body. It is not always the easiest, but sometimes a situation happens where you're triggered and you give into it. You give into the lust, you give into your flesh, and it happens. No, I did not end up having sex or anything like that, but I did have my own pleasure situation, if you know what I mean. But as soon as it happened, I literally prayed and I just said to God, please forgive me for my sin. Forgive me. Help me with this, Lord. And I tried to go to sleep. It was kind of hard for me to go to sleep. It was a really restless night. And when I woke up, I knew what I needed to do, which was detox. I need to do a detox. I need to do a fast. I was watching a couple of TV shows that I really liked, and there was a lot of sexual scenes, and there were conversations that I was having. There was music that I was listening to that I thought was okay. There was a lot of things that were triggering me up until that point, and I didn't check in with my accountability, so that was the issue. And then I wasn't, I did put my phone in another room, but still, it didn't matter that my phone was in my room. If you want what you want and you give into it, and there was plenty of moments where I could have stopped, but I chose not to. But one of the things that I do every day is I have my devotional time, and today's devotional was literally what I needed. Even though I fell last night, it's literally the two Bible verses that I needed. The first one was actually in Psalms 34, verse 19. A righteous man may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. And I needed to hear that because sometimes, like in the past, when I fell, whether it was watching a video, doing something to myself, or actually having, sexual intercourse with someone. And so I have had a lot of shame and guilt and wouldn't talk to God immediately. I would literally just act like it didn't exist. And now I realize that as soon as it happens, I talk to God. As soon as it happens, I pray about it. And I don't hold on to that. Obviously, I know I need to do things. I need to make sure I'm evaluating. I need to realign. I need to fast from certain things. And fasting is not always food. And so for me, fasting is from media, from conversations. I'm not going to bed at certain times. I'm going to really occupy this idle time that I do have after work. So I don't want to be watching certain TV shows and listening to certain music. And I really want to be in my word, and not just being in my word, but listening to really motivational, inspirational things, get back focused. And then I haven't been working out. Working out is such a physical release for a lot of the sexual frustration that I have personally. And it's just an outlet that works for me. Some people, it's reading, it's going for, painting or having hobbies. But for me, working out, physically exhausting my body has been a great outlet. And I have not been doing it for the last couple months. And I could tell all of that frustration was coming up. And the other Bible verse that was on the verse of the day was Romans 12, verse 1 and 2. I urge you, brothers, in the view of God's mercies, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. That verse was the verse of the day for today. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Living sacrifice. I am sacrificing my body for the Lord. And it is something that I have to continue to do. The other thing I have to do is talk to my accountability. I do have people in my life that know about my journey, and I do need to tell them about things. And so, it's just a detox that I'm going to do. I don't know how long, but it is something that I'm going to actively do. And a part of being on this journey and being a living sacrifice is sometimes we sin and sometimes things happen, but we get right back into it. We figure out what works for us. We get back into that. We talk about it, and we don't feel ashamed and guilty and, not running away and not telling God what's going on, and also confessing it to other people to help them hold you accountable to what you said you want to do. So that's some of the things that's going on. I did feel bad. I didn't get a lot of sleep. But at the same time, it happens. I was really proud of myself for going this long without doing it, because a part of my celibacy journey, it does include not watching videos and not self-pleasure. So some people, that their journey is different. They believe in self-pleasure and they may watch a video, they may not do the act, but they do everything but for me, that includes any sexual release is not supposed to happen right now before marriage. And so yeah, this is what's going on. This is my real, and I know that this is going to be good. I just need to make sure that I talk to my accountability. I get into my word every day, pray about it, not linger on it, but also have a physical activity that I'm exhausting, making sure that my idle time, there's not a lot of idle time. I'm listening to really good content, podcasts, motivational things. No more, the reality TV, the secular, like I'm just going to take a break from all of that for a while. I'm not sure how long, but that's what's going on. And yeah, so thank you to God. And let me know in the comments if you ever struggled, if you fell, and what did you do after? What's your game plan when it comes to that stuff? Because we do need a game plan for when things happen, because our flesh wants what it wants. And sometimes we don't run away. Sometimes we give into it. And what you do after matters.